You dress cool, you look cool, and you act cool, but you're completely 100% insecure inside, and you can't let anybody know it. That was me. I had confidence in my skill. I wasn't known on a gigantic scale, but for those who did know me, I was known as the best. I had confidence that 99.9 times out of 10, if you were to challenge me when it came to lyricism, no matter who it was, I'd pretty much rip you apart. My favorite rapper, like the guy I looked up to the most and who actually helped shape the rapper I became, I grew to a point where I actually out-rapped him in a cypher, and at that point, I just felt like, okay, there isn't anybody at all who can stop me now. This is where I drew my self-value, my self-worth, and my confidence from. It's the only thing I knew I was good at, and because I suffered so horrifically with self-confidence in pretty much every other area of my life, I overcompensated and tried to mask it, and as a result, I lived through this very shallow lens of the one area that I had value in myself in. I became a very arrogant and cocky and egotistical kind of person. This repulsed a lot of people, and eventually even my friends. The closest and only people I had began to build a resentment towards me within themselves. I couldn't even be honest with them about myself and what I was going through. Isn't that sad? I was alone, and I lived off sex. I was a slave to it. It's another place where I drew a sense of value from. You know, I thought the more women I had sex with, the better I was. It's one of the only other things that made me feel good about myself. So I had sex with many and as often as I could. And many times it was unprotected. I honestly should be dead right now. The Lord preserved me though. I'm still here, and I know the time I have here is to finish the work He created me for. And that's the only reason I would still be here, because otherwise it makes no sense that I'm here. Romans 9:15 says this: I will have mercy on who I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. I just have to make sure now that compassion, that forgiveness, and that mercy is not in vain.